Hollywood cars are the stars. Movie cars bring excitement, and today we'll track down 15 of the most iconic ones. From James Bond's DB5 to Starsky and Hutch's Gran Torino. Some were wrecked during filming, others remain just as they were when first on set. Find out where they are now. James Bond fans, did you know that Sean Connery drove the luxurious Aston Martin DB5 in Thunderball and Goldfinger? Aston Martin loaned two DB5s to the studio for use and even sold a production model for $12,000 in 1969. The car has since been sold to car collector Harry Yeagy for over $4 million. Nicolas Cage's character in Gone in 60 Seconds got to drive some amazing vehicles, including a Ford Mustang GT500 named Eleanor, styled by Chip Foose and Steve Stanford. Only one of the 11 models used during the film was put up for auction and it sold for $1 million. The iconic Ghostbusters Ecto-1 car, a 1959 Cadillac Miller Meteor ambulance, lies in disrepair at the Sony Pictures prop lot in California. The uniquely futuristic vehicle left audiences in awe during the movie and remains a nostalgic symbol to Gen Zers. Back to the Future fans, listen up. Only 3 DeLorean cars used in the iconic movie survive, 2 owned by Universal Studios and the third sold for $541,000 to an anonymous buyer from San Jose, California. Get a glimpse of the famous cars at Universal theme parks. Steve McQueen's iconic role in Le Mans had him driving the Ford GT40. Ford produced 3 GT40s for the film, and 2 still exist today. The movie car was sold at auction in 2012 for $11 million. Follow us for exclusive content. The iconic Batmobile from the 1966 Batman movie wasn't even an actual car, but a non-functional concept car called the Lincoln Futura from 1955. The car was bought by auto builder George Barris for $1 and later sold to a collector for over $4.5 million. David Hasselhoff's iconic role in Knight Rider made the Pontiac Trans Am a star in the 80s. Equipped with an AI system, the 1982 Trans Am named KIT helped fight crime alongside Hasselhoff. The original car used in the show was later sold to a collector, who listed it for sale on eBay in 2011, but withdrew the listing due to overwhelming fan demand. Michael Keaton's portrayal of Batman made him famous in the late 80s, but so did the Batmobile he drove. However, the Batmobile was not a real car, but was made of fiberglass and plywood. It was built for high-speed scenes with a remote-controlled version. In 2015, ventriloquist Jeff Dunham bought it for $500,000, which sat on a Chevy Impala chassis. Get Smart's Maxwell Smart drove a Sunbeam Tiger, a high-performance V8 Alpine Roadster, in the movie adaptation of the TV series. Despite sharing the screen with an Aston Martin and Ferrari, the Sunbeam Tiger was the true standout. It's now on display at the Smithsonian. Starsky and Hutch fans, listen up. The iconic red and white Ford Gran Torino gained as much fame as the actors themselves in the hit TV series. Ford provided cars for the show and even cashed in on the success by selling over 1,300 models through its dealerships. Now, one of the 1976 Gran Torinos recently sold for over $40,000. In the 1983 film Christine, 1958 Plymouth Furies were used, but only 4 remain. One was saved from the scrapyard by a devoted fan who restored it with salvaged parts. The surviving cars can be found at the Volvo Museum in Illinois and with private collectors in Florida and the UK. Thelma and Louise's iconic 1966 Ford Thunderbird has been sold at auction in Italy for $65,000. The classic car was one of 5 used during the filming of the 1991 Oscar-winning movie, and boasted a 315 horsepower V8 engine and rear-wheel drive. In the late 70s and early 80s, the Dukes of Hazzard TV show trashed a number of 1969 Dodge Chargers in their crazy car stunts. Golfer Bubba Watson purchased the iconic General Lee Charger used in the first episode of the series for $110,000 in 2012. In 2007, a different Charger from the show was sold on eBay for $9.9 million. Love Bug fans rejoice. Museums all over the world are home to vehicles from the popular 70s and 80s movies. Private collectors, like Australian Alex Mikakovsky, also have their own Herbies. He paid a staggering $150,000 in 2012 for his 1977 Love Bug. 1961 Ferrari 250 GT. California's demise in Ferris Bueller's Day Off left us heartbroken, only to find out it was just a replica. In fact, there were 3 replicas, each with a 5-liter V8 engine from Ford. One sold at 2018 Monterey Car Week, saving producers from financial ruin and an all-out war with the Italian car manufacturer.